Did you listen to Jeff and Professor Hamo in the morning? Here's what you missed.
Thank you.
Horrible things happening. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, Mheshimiwa, the president has just, I think he's on his way back from China. He had gone there with the former prime minister, and they were trying to get us more money for phase 2 of SGR. 386 billion. They ended up getting something like 40 billion, they were told. And then mutengeneze hiyo iko hapo.
Mujipange kwanza.
Bas, mujipange.
Yes.
Goodness, that's kind of embarrassing.
I'm not so sure whether was he really going to get the money for the new system?
You know, State House is already
because
denying.
I saw some confusion from State House. And I think even the information they had released first was not right.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they were confused or they were also not sure what the delegation was going to look for. But honestly, I'm one of the key supporters of Uhuru Kenyatta. But on this one, we are not together. Because there is no way you can abandon an old railway system and go begging money to get a new railway system. I know the new railway system probably is a little bit more efficient.
Yeah.
But you don't run to get married before you are circumcised. Oh, sorry.
I love the analogy. And you know, Mheshimiwa, 386 or 68 billion, whatever it was, that's a lot of money.
Yes.
It's a lot of money.
It's quite a lot of money.
So,
and you know, we are really struggling even to pay what we owe.
Exactly.
And I'm not so sure even the documents that we saw in the newspapers the other day that our economy has improved is really factual.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the indicators of economy that is growing positively are clear. You know, availability of good opportunities in jobs, you know, a lower margin of credit gap. But right now, I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
And you know, Jeff, when we were passing the finance bill, do you remember?
I remember.
I was one of those that really fought very hard because I did not believe in the finance bill. The 8% levy, fuel levy, you remember?
Yes.
I fought very seriously. And my people were so mad at me that, I belong to Kiambu and I am the first one to say no to His Excellency's bill. And I had reasons. And let me tell you, me, I'm not a sycophant. I say it as it is, and what I believe is what I say, and I say it so honestly. I strongly believed that the finance bill was wrongly, well, it was a good bill, but it was wrongly placed. Usitukimbishe sana, twende pole pole.
Mos.
So the effect of finance bill is what we're feeling today. Jeff, I'm an employer myself, and I have had to release a few staff.
Of your staff members?
Yes. Because, you know, the economy has just become too stiff. Bills, like, I don't know whether you guys are paying the bills I'm paying in power. My own house, I'm paying bills close to 40,000. I'm like, do I have a factory in the house? Honestly, ulilipa kama hiyo?
Hey, ilikuwa 53. And you know you have to pay, right?
Mnakupika chips kuliko sisi.
And you know the worst thing is, if you don't pay, watakukata.
Yeah, ule mtu wa kukata alikuja kwa kitingi. Unajua kule juu. Akasema unaona akipanda kule juu unajua kumeharibika. 40,000 for a household.
How?
And we are only about 4 people in the house.
There you go.
What about people who have 10, 5 children, 8 children? What is going on in their lives? I mean, things are just too thick.
Ridiculous.
So I am not so sure whether this is the right direction. I may not be very heavy in economics in terms of understanding the Kenyan's economy, but the basics that I know, with the few indicators that I expect on the, you know, on the day-to-day running of people's lives, I still don't think we are qualified to go for more deaths.
People are suffering.
Yes.
People are suffering. So
and if we continue this way, I think people are just going to get, you know, to the brim.
Yeah.
Yes, and when people get to the brim, they behave Sudan way.
That's what Kalonzo was saying.
Yes, I've heard him say this morning, and even last night I heard him say that if we are not very careful, we might get people to the brim, to the way, to the Sudan way or to the Egyptian way, and that's not the way we would want Kenya to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Mheshimiwa Moses Kuria, MP Gatundu South, has he has started his own party. It's called TANAP.
Are you sure he's the one? Ado makamaka na dharawene neki. Kwa nini watu wanakamua na nyasi ya wenyewe? Si tafuta yako uende kwa kamue.
Anaita TANAP.
I'm not so sure, so I'm not gonna comment.
You don't think it's him?
I don't think so.
Kuna wengine?
I don't think so. But when something has been done, people want to come up and say, this is me.
Yes.
Just to be seen that you're a victor. Yeah, but I'm not gonna comment. Have I commented?
No, you haven't.
I haven't.
No comment.
Thank you.
Also, Deputy President William Ruto insists, hey, listen, man, this is all about 2022. Whoever is selected by Jubilee, we will support. That's what he's saying now.
Jubilee or URP? Has he said Jubilee or URP?
Says chama chetu.
Gani? Chama gani? Si juzi niliwaona kule kwetu Kiambu waki celebrate na t-shirt za yellow. Kwani yellow ni Jubilee? People are lucky. They speak about this today, tomorrow that. All I know is that chama chetu cha Jubilee kina maneno. Kina maneno. Kina maneno. And I think the way the DP is trying to camouflage. You know what is called camouflage? Kujificha ficha ndani ya ngozi ambayo hutaki watu wajue ukweli haswa nini inaendelea. Because he is the one who is seem to be disagreeing with his boss all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
And then he keeps on saying that chama cha Jubilee kiko imara. How do you disagree with your own boss? Like now, you Jeff, Hapa Royal Media, you disagree with your own boss and you are here on microphone telling us, oh, things are fine. And we can already see signs.
Right.
So I think they are buying time. Whoever is saying Jubilee iko imara, ananunua muda, ajipange. Na unaona sasa signs za watu kwanza kujipanga. But honestly, it is not well in Jubilee. Honestly, because there's no way you can be in one camp and some troops are saying this, some troops are saying this, some troops are planning rallies when there is no campaign, some troops are going to churches saying all manner of things. I don't think all is well, and it is good to be honest. Let's not be pretentious and hypocritical.
Absolutely.
Things are not right.
And you could see at the funeral of Jonathan Toroi Teach the other day, the tensions between the Moi family and Ruto and his people. Tension.
Hata wengine wako wanajua kama wakifika huko watafunguliwa gate.
Exactly.
Walikuwa wanaulizana tutafunguliwa? Hata mimi niliuliza nitafunguliwa?
Ulikuwa?
Mimi sikuenda, sitaki kwenda pahali sijui kama nitafunguliwa. Nilienda zatu kule Kiambu, wale walinipatia kura. Kaenda kuwahudumia huko. But it's not, all is not well politically. And you know, when there's a lot of witch hunt here and there, there's a lot of suspicion here and there. You don't know what the boss wants. You're just there. You're just confused. But hii maneno ya corruption ndio inaleta hii shida yote. You know, let me tell you, Jeff. The last time I was here, I was telling my boss is Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
I was telling him, you know, when you want to slaughter a cow or a bull, you don't show it a knife. Because if you remove the knife first, the bull will kill you.
You'll start kicking and...
yes, we'll look for strategies to finish you. But he removed the dagger. Long time.
Anaonesha.
Alitoa dagger kitambo, lakini hadungi.
Ukamwambia adunge?
Ukitoa dagger, by the way, hata Kikuyu tunasema rohio rwa jorarwa shomorori tisho okagio.
Bas.
Ukitoa ile sword, ukichomoa kwa ile jacket, you don't return without functioning. You have to. That is the rule of the game when you go to war.
Usionesha.
Sasa hii dagger alitoa ya corruption, alitoa mapema. Anaongea kwa platform. Mimi nitafanya hivi na hivi na hivi. Na hajafanya. Ama wewe umesikia kama amefanya?
Hajafanya. Hajafanya?
Si wale tunaambiwa wameficha pesa kule ngambo wengi, sijui 2.1 billion bado tunawaona.
Bado ziko huko na bado.
Hata wengine walipatiwa kutoda ati wasipite kwao, sijui how many kilometers. Nakumbuka kuna mzee aliambiwa asipite kwake. Tunamuonaga kwa dege ameenda huko Marsabit wapi. So if you remove the dagger, please act. So Uhuru Kenyatta owe it to Kenyans. By the way.
This Kenya of ours. And already the campaign, I mean, and the president insisted, do not campaign for 2022.
Exactly.
Do not. I mean, it's far away.
Yes, that's what surprises me. You know, your boss tells you don't, and you do it.
You ignore it.
And me, what makes me very mad, Jeff, you know, I come from Kiambu.
Yes.
And Kiambu is the bedroom of His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Jeff, siwezi kuja kwako. ni kuacha sitting room niingie bedroom kwako.
Yeah.
Alafu niite your house girl and your wife nianze kuwapanga kazi
Kwa bedroom.
Na nimekuacha wapi?
Living room.
It's not possible. It is not possible.
Yeah.
I'm insisting Kiambu is seriously the bedroom to His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta.
Yeah.
If anybody want to come to Kiambu, honestly, courtesy, it is only courtesy for you to drag along His Excellency the President, ama akupatie his appointee, ukuje na yeye. You cannot come to Kiambu and purport to launch projects without our boss.
Yeah.
That is why, for personally, I feel offended. I feel my boss, Uhuru Kenyatta, should be involved. Okay, they say he's not the type that wants to go to Mashinani and launch projects, but he has his lieutenants. He has his CSs.
Yeah.
He has his PSs. They should be accompanying the DP when they are coming to Kiambu.
Yeah, but
sometimes you see the DP coming to launch a barabara without a PS, without a CS, without even a single employee of the government. Then we wonder.
But Baba Yao is there.
Kwani baba yao anafanya kazi national government? Kama project ni ya national government lazima iwe na mtu kutoka national government. Wewe Koinange
hakuna kurusha mawe.
Hapana. You know, that really surprises me. Yes. And you know, you can come and launch barabara, but don't talk siasa za 2022. Don't tell us how we are going to do 1, 2, 3. And don't even sit there and allow your troop to lash on the head of state, or to release on a local politician when you're seated there and you are a leader. So the other day I was wondering, I saw people speaking in a public forum, which was supposedly supposed to be a launch. And the DP was seated there. And every politician woke up, talked about 2022 and about how wengine wakora, nini. And I said, okay, he's seated there and he seems to be very comfortable. When he becomes the president, will he be comfortable if another factions did what he's doing when he's a DP? Would you want to become a president where other people are also going out, leaving you in State House, and talking the way, you know, these people are talking?
Yeah.
Do unto others what you would want done unto you.
Absolutely.
I feel it is disrespect. I feel it is defiance. And honestly, I feel this should stop.
And then
we are too far from 2022
Exactly.
to start behaving like we are on a campaign mode. To start behaving like we are ready to start, even doing public rallies.
Yeah.
I heard there's one rally that was arranged in Muranga, where they were supposed to go and do a public a declaration. And I was like, is this the right time, honestly?
And then castigating the handshake still. I mean, they're still going around saying this handshake deal is no good, that he is scuttling Jubilee.
I am not so sure whether I should be bothered who Uhuru Kenyatta shakes hands with. And I don't think there's anybody who has the mandate to actually supervise who Uhuru is shaking his hand with. See, it's a handshake. Is there any formal document?
No.
Yet. That has been signed that I've given you share of this or share of that or this ministry or this PSS. Have you had anything like the one you used to have with Kibaki and Raila? MOU of understanding. Do you remember?
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's just a handshake. Truce. Let's work together.
Exactly.
Come, help me work. Come, support me where I can. Bring your supporters, the 6 million supporters. Let us make one Kenya. I think that's what Uhuru meant. But you know, we are so insecure politically that whenever I see somebody behaving like me somehow, or wanting to behave like me, I believe she or he wants my seat. That is the suspicion. It's political suspicion.
And insecurity.
Yes, and I am not sure whether we should actually be discussing handshake, because you know, since handshake, Jeff, you can eat your fruits at Jivanji of a lunch hour.
Yes.
With no squams, no stones, no tear gas, isn't it?
Yeah.
That tailor who used to make for me dresses in Nyayo Market, I wish she was alive today. There's a lady who used to make for me dresses, who used to work at Nyayo Market, and she lost her life during the skirmishes. She was actually shot. And as we speak, I struggle to help her children pay school fees. And she comes from Nyando. Are we together? Do you think the relatives and the friends and the colleagues who used to work with my dressmaker are happy with the handshake?
Absolutely.
They are very happy.
Absolutely.
Don't we think that line? Don't we take spaces for people who struggled and lost lives and lost loved ones and consider them as we speak about handshake? You know, when I think about my dressmaker, my late dressmaker, I feel tears. I feel like I can start crying. Because she didn't even know what was going on in town. She just closed her shop and decided to go home. She did not get to the bus station. She was shot dead. This is why we need the handshake, Jeff. For country to be calm. For us to continue with our dressmaking, hairdressing, pendling our whatever hawking whatever we hawk in a peaceful manner. Even you, Jeff, even if you don't go to town, I'm sure you are affected when there are tear gases in town.
Absolutely.
I mean, you are not able to come here and do your work.
Correct.
Your tea girl is not here. Your cleaner is not here. Your driver is not here. So let's not politicize. I mean, it's not time for politics. Honestly, the handshake we deserve it, and should last. We should actually nurture the handshake. Let me tell you, you should see the peace we had in Bunge when the handshake happened.
Yeah.
Things started moving very, very fast because there's no more quarrels in the committees. Whenever there's something in front of us, we all agree or disagree. We work as a team. Now, before even that lasted, we have had another now opposition in Parliament. The Jubilee itself has its own faction of opposition.
Who does that? Jubilee itself has become its own opposition.
Yes. Because we have people who are in opposition within Jubilee, and there are people who are in government within Jubilee.
Right.
And it is sad because now the ODM guys and the other parties are telling us, you guys, we came to support you, to help you govern. Kumbe, you are the own enemies of your own selves.
That's right. That's right. We are our own worst enemies.
But surprisingly, the people who are supporting the handshake in National Assembly are the majority. They are the majority. So I'm sure Uhuru Kenyatta will not have any problem passing his bills. He will not have a problem, in the budget.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think Uhuru also needs to call the Jubilee House to order. Yeah. He is the patron. He must crack the whip and call his house to order. If you're not willing to toe the line, then you're kicked off.
That's
out.
it.
Because I mean, you can't be the opposition within the government.
And
It can't happen.
And there's no time to lose.
Yes.
Switching gears, Mheshimiwa, a subject that's very close to your heart has been, goodness, just tearing at our country's fabric. Femicide. Young men literally brutally killing young women. And we're talking, Naftali Kinodia, who allegedly kill Ivy Wangeshi of JKUAT. Joseph Joey Rungu, on trial for murder of Monica Nyawira. Bernard Martin, who's said to have slit the throat of Sharon Chepkoech. And all these are young men, Mheshimiwa, young men between the ages of 20-something and 35.
You know, Jeff, unaona nimetoa jacket?
Umetoa. Hapo umekasirika.
The minute you talk about femicide, that just, stars my blood system. And I think it's time for us to call a spade a spade. We have had a generation that doesn't know a no for a no. They don't actually understand what's the no. We have a generation that does not understand how many years it takes to drive a Lexus. We have a generation that does not understand that beautiful girls are gold, and you must work for that gold. We have a generation that has everything at their platter, and they don't know how to work, they don't know how to humble themselves, they don't know how to express themselves. And we have a generation that has some type of hatred for women, what I call misogyny. Extreme hatred for women and dominance over women, and want to take total control over women. The Aristotle and the Plato style of feminism. People who talk about extreme dominance over women. And Jeff, I don't understand whether it's the men of that generation that have lost the power to bargain for love. Because I don't understand why a girl would just play you today and tomorrow you kill her. Do they know how many men have been played in this town, including maybe you? You who is saying,
Yes.
and you never killed.
Exactly.
You just turn around and you look for another one.
Is it because they were never loved when they were young, or what is it?
No, they just believe in themselves. They believe in, it is all about them. Nobody else. I don't know whether you brought up a child, because for me I'm a parent, and I know there are kids who you bring up and all they think is about themselves.
Yeah.
They go into the kitchen, make breakfast only for themselves.
And they go and sit down and they eat.
And they don't care whether daddy is eating or mommy is eating.
No.
And they don't even care whether there is more for mommy or daddy.
Right.
That kind of attitude is what we have brought up our children with. It is me. Jeff, I'm writing my PhD at the university and I'm doing my theories right now. So I find myself queuing with students.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the lift, sometimes in the canteen. And that attitude really shocks me. You know, when I was a student, Jeff, I would queue in the canteen, but when I am there to take my juice or take my water, I would look side by side and see whether there's any chick near me. And I would actually give her the opportunity to shop with me so that we can walk away together. Nowadays, and by the way, chicks would queue first. When we are done, men would come and queue after. There was no time we would ever, squeeze in the line, babes and men.
Yeah.
It was not. By the way, we used to say babes don't pay bills. When I was in campus, we used to say babes don't pay bills, because men knew how to take care of the women. They would escort you to your box, make sure that you are safe.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the men and the girls and the boys, they are queuing in the line, and they're actually squeezing the girls out of the line. And we are just queuing to buy, not to be given.
To buy.
Yeah, so I was squeezed the other day in the line. They didn't even know who I am, and I don't like them knowing who I am. And they were saying, wacha tuwasukume haraka twende. Tuwasukume.
And this is campus.
Like, the lawyers of tomorrow. I was like, where did these boys grow up in? Because when we were growing up, our mothers used to tell us, girls first. All the time, even in class.
Yeah.
When you're dismissed, the teacher would say, dismissed, but girls first. Okay, probably we have overdone the girls first thing until the boy has felt, hey, I need my space back. But I think we have a generation that is me. So you love me, and you cannot leave me, because I will kill you if you leave me. Look at the ones that are killing, like the one who comes from my county, the girl we lost in Eldoret.
Yes.
Wangeshi.
Ivy Wangeshi.
Yes.
Oh.
Look at the story about the boy killing.
And with the axe. With the axe.
So sometimes I'm wondering, was this boy under influence? Was it just normal rage?
Right.
And if it is rage, then I'm really shocked.
And how long did it take? I mean, it was premeditated. He thought about this.
It is something that he kept on, if you read the stories, I don't know whether they are true stories, but when you read the stories and connect the lines, it's like this boy already knew this girl is somehow not with him.
Yeah.
So it's like she's using him.
Yes.
So it's something he kept on saying, ask the friends, where is she? Follow, what is she doing with who? So it's something that he had planned in his mind, that once this girl, I get evidence that this girl is with somebody else, I'm gonna kill her. Let me tell you, Jeff, before I became a politician, I was on radio.
Yes, you were.
For many years, but there I've done 23 years.
Of radio?
Yes, I've done none other job other than radio. And my exit point, I did a reconciliation show, which was quite powerful. And the many women who confessed to me that my husband has threatened to kill me if I leave him are uncountable. As late as the day before yesterday, there's a lady who called me from my county and told me I was dating my neighbor when my husband died. I was dating my neighbor, and I told him my kids are not comfortable with him and I'm going to leave him. And he told me he's gonna kill me.
What?
Yes. 2 days ago, I think it was on Saturday morning. Yes, on Saturday morning, a lady called me. And this is an adult. Si ati watoto,
No.
huyu ni mtu wako 30 something.
Yeah.
Na namwambia, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill you. Huwa nawaambia wamama na wazee, sikizeni. Ukiachwa na mmoja, si 12 kama wale wanafunzi wa Yesu. Tafuta mwingine, endelea na maisha.
Ni wengi.
Ni wengi. They are not limited like apostles of Christ.
Exactly.
Because I hear the apostles of Christ was limited to
12.
12.
That's it.
That's it.
It is so sad, Mheshimiwa. It's so
We
sad.
have lost 34 young women in a period of 1.5 years. In Kiambu, out of 34, 9 are from Kiambu.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember we lost a little girl who was known as Jambi, who was killed and burnt with the acid?
Yes.
Do you remember
I
the one we
remember.
buried in Katoto
I
South?
remember.
We lost another lady at Kawawa Wendani. Was it Wendani or Sukari? She was beaten off by her husband the whole night, only for the neighbors to find a dead girl in the morning. I mean, and the neighbors could hear her scream
Throughout the night.
throughout the night, and they could say, hiyo ni maisha, wanashindanga hivyo, wanapigananga hivyo. Time has come, Jeff, for us to say it as it is. We must stop this. And because if I tell women, come out and say no to this femicide, to this killing of beautiful queens and beautiful daughters and wives, everybody is going to say, that's a woman's thing. It's the women. On it again like the suffrage eras.
Right.
On it again like when they wanted to vote. On it again when they wanted equality. On it again when they wanted equalization. On it again and on it again when they want 2/3 gender rule. You know?
Yeah.
Now this time round, I am actually throwing the ball to you men. You men must protect us as the Bible says. You are the ones to protect us. You are the ones to stand in the gap and protest our killing. That way the society might take this matter a little bit more seriously. So I want us to do a he for she campaign. A he standing in for a she. If you have a she that you really admire, you really respect, you truly love, you would want to protect, it may be your daughter, your sister, your mother, your grandmother, you must stand up as men and say no to their killing. So I am actually starting a campaign called the He for She campaign. Stop killing our queens. And the campaign is going to be dominated by men. The women are going to take a back seat, and the women are going to just watch you, see how far you can go to protecting us.
When are you starting this?
Immediately. In fact, as we speak, yesterday I was very busy making t-shirts and making placards. I can show you one if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
And I want men to visualize this protection and this action of pleading to be allowed to protect the women by the act of you walking in her shoes.
Like literally.
Literally, yes. I want men to actually walk in the women's shoes.
In high heels.
Yes.
Hey, kwani tunaenda koinange?
Apana, I want you guys to feel the way they feel. I want you to dramatize the feeling of how they feel when they are killed. You should have come to Ivy Wangeshi's home when we were mourning her and see the young men cry, because the young men really cried. Really cried. The doctors who were with her in the same class really cried.
She was about to graduate.
In fact, we had a problem because we needed more psychologists and counselors than we had. Yes, it was such an emotional service. The men were more affected than the girls. Because they're asking themselves, did we fail to protect Ivy?
Yeah.
She was our classmate. She was our college mate.
And they thought they knew her.
They thought that they were familiar with her. And then somebody else just come all the way and hurt her to death. Did we fail to protect Ivy? I'm asking you, man, who is listening to me. Have you protected her? That very dear one, your daughter. Have you protected her? That dear one, your wife. Your sister, to what extent have you protected her?
And then Mheshimiwa, the worst part is the social media stories that were coming out,
Yeah.
trying to condemn, trying to make her look like it was her fault.
Yes.
For getting.
Yes. This is now what I don't like discussing, because every time a woman falls into this kind of subjectivity, she's the victim all the time, and all the blame goes to her. Let me ask you, what wrong did Sharon do? Was she the first woman to ever date an older man?
No.
Let's be honest.
Not at all.
Was she the first one?
No.
I'm not justifying the fact that she was going out with whoever she was going out with,
Right.
but we all hammered Sharon. We actually justified her death at some point in the social media. We justified. We were saying, oh, but she did this. Oh, but she sent a message. It's like we were there when she was sending a message to who.
And then all the...
And every time, let me tell you, even when a woman is being battered by her husband, for example, the girl who fell victim in Kahawa, Wendani, I'm not sure whether it was Wendani or Sukari. I keep on confusing the two estates. And neighbors could hear her scream the whole night. You know what the neighbor said? She's always being beaten. She's always being beaten. Leave her alone. It's okay. She's been doing that. How do you justify somebody's beating for over 4 hours, from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m.
And beaten to death.
And you're beaten to death, and people are saying she's been. We justify women's should I say, we victimize them all the time. I don't want to speak in depth, because if I speak in depth, I'll sound like I'm a feminist and I'm here to fight for the rights of the women. But I must say it as it is. In as much as I defend the male child, misogyny is real. It is real. I've had so many women who tell me, my husband told me he's gonna kill me if I do not give him my chama money.
Hey.
And there are many common names that men call women, to show that they don't respect them, they don't care, they have no space for them. When a husband tell you we're in Himalaya and you have been married to this man for the last 25 years, honestly, what is that, Jeff?
That's disrespect.
You have married her for 25 years. You have had kids with her, and you call her Malaya. That to me is extreme misogyny. It's hatred for women.
Yeah.
Despise of the woman to the highest order, which we must stop.
Did these people not have mothers to raise them? What do you think? I mean...
I think personality of that nature, it's nothing to do with your mother or your father. Okay, so there are some traits that we get. There are traits that you get from our parents that are passed on to us, that if they are not nurtured properly, will go to the extreme. And there's also something else we call fixation. Fixation, conditional fixation, is something that happens to you because psychologically there was a gap, or there was an extreme provision. And sometimes fixation will behave that way, to the extreme. You love a woman and you're not able to control your adrenaline reaction, and all you can do is to use the adrenaline to overprotect her. For example, we can argue that this girl who actually asked Wangeshi loved her to death, loved her to the extent that he could not control himself from overprotecting, and that overprotecting becomes violent.
So if he can't have her, nobody can.
Yes. But to him, if you asked him, why are you doing this? He will not say, because I hate Wangeshi. He will say, I'm doing this because I'm protecting her from any other person. So that overprotection produces the results.
What's a good...
There are men who actually beat their wives if they want to have sex with them. Because they feel the only way they can express themselves is not the usual way that we expect me and you. It's that other way that he wants his adrenaline to come out so that he can prove that he's man enough. Wow. And there are actually men who actually even pick fights even in the bar. Not because somebody has offended them, but they want their adrenaline to come out because that's the only way they're able to express themselves as men. So we need to understand, we don't just say so-and-so did this because he was on drugs, so-and-so did this. We need to understand the basics of why this person is behaving this way. There are people who actually get excited, overexcited, they break cups, they bang doors. And by the way, they are so happy, but they are banging doors and breaking cups and smashing their TV, and they are very excited. Do you behave like that?
Never.
When you're happy, when you're Arsenal and
Manu.
and Manu.
Mheshimiwa Gongo Kiaria says, I'm ready to be part of the campaign. Where do I collect my t-shirt and heels?
Fantastic, fantastic. I already have like 50 pairs of shoes right now in my car. I have 50 t-shirts in my car right now. And I'm ready. In fact, I was coming to leave one with you.
Yes.
I don't know, what number of shoes do you
I wear size 10.
Size 10.
Of
I have
44.
them. I have them. And I want men to just take selfies. I want you to, if you really protect your daughter, I want you to say, I am a he for she. I am a he for she. And just wear that t-shirt. If you don't have the t-shirt, get her shoes. Any shoe that can fit her. Take a selfie. Put it on whatever, social media, wherever.
Yes.
Let us show our women that we really protect them. You know, sometimes when you're watching television, Jeff, and we see a girl has been murdered, your wife will always ask you, really? And she expects you to say something that you will reassure her that you protect her. Maybe you've never told her that you protect her. Maybe your daughter doesn't know that you really protect her. Show it this time round. I'm giving people an opportunity to do it. It's a he for she campaign. At the end of the show, I'm going to give a WhatsApp number for those who want t-shirts. I'm going to give a WhatsApp number because we are yet to create a blog where we can register.
Okay.
And then we can link them up and give them the t-shirts and the shoes. The shoes are red. I want red for uniformity. But if you have any other shoe that belongs to that loved one, your wife, your girlfriend, your babe, your daughter, I want you to just take a selfie or a video and just share it out and say, I am a he for she, walking in her shoes. That's all I want.
Hashtag walking in her shoes.
Thank you very much. Walking in her shoes.
Joseph Shege is saying the problem with feminize is we approach it one-sided.
Yes.
You can't wake up and decide to kill.
Yes.
Men play their role, but ladies have become capitalists.
Yes.
Claiming to be independent.
Yes.
But they are milking and playing men like rugby.
I agree 100%. But we do not victimize women because of that. Because even men also play us. We don't kill them.
Yeah.
We don't stab them. We don't ban them. So if a woman has played you, hello, walk away. Get another one.
There are many.
Yes.
Ni wengi.
Yes. Even women, I tell them, if a man is really messing you up, just walk away. Don't wait for death.
Exactly.
Jeff, do you know how many women I have? When I was on radio, I managed to sort out about 4 cases of women who were burnt by their husbands because of a domestic row. I saw an SMS on your phone coming from a certain man. In fact, one, we are really struggling with plastic surgery because she doesn't look like a human being. Alimwagiwa stove ambayo ilikuwa na moto, akamwagiwa kwa uso, akagongwa na hiyo stove ikibane. Sasa mafuta na hiyo you know, all the burning happened to her face and her breast all the way. You should see that lady. I know those people who listened to me when I was on radio. I'm sure they remember that story. I had to actually relocate that woman from where she was living to another place at my own bill because it was really bad. And the person who did that to her was actually looking forward to even do it again because he was trailing her to even kill her and finish her. Because he kept on saying, one day I will kill you. Okay, he burned her, but he did not kill her. There are so many women listening to me this morning who have seen a sign of violence like that.
So we are a sick society, is that what you're saying?
Yes, something is not right.
We're sick.
We must agree and accept something is wrong with us.
Mheshimiwa, will you stay after the news? Do you have a couple of minutes after the news to just
why
continue?
not?
Because
Why
this
not?
he for she campaign,
Yes.
we need to talk a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
And the shoes, I want
We need, and of course, as you read your news, I'm going to get you a pair of shoes.
Fantastic.
And
the t-shirt.
I don't know whether the t-shirt will fit you. You know, Jeff, you're a 6-pack.
Mheshimiwa, do not go away, folks. She will be right back after the news with Sammy Ramtu. This conversation is getting very interesting. We need to protect our women. Tiba.
Yes,
I was
I
going
am
to try
surprised. I thought I shopped for men's shoes. Men's shoes.
Yes, but love...
unfortunately, I think I only have a small number.
I love the red heels.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And the t-shirt.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. So it's a he for she campaign.
Thank
and on
you.
the back of the t-shirt it says,
Walking in her shoes.
by the way, that's a hashtag, folks. Walking in her shoes.
I want you people to feel the way we feel. I want you to show us that you feel the pain that we are feeling when our beauties, our queens, our daughters are butchered. It's very painful to lose a friend, to lose a daughter, to lose a mother. It is completely painful.
And why is it? I mean, the extent, I mean, it's not just killing. It seems like there's a lot of anger as well. Remember this Monica young lady who was killed in her apartment, who was slit from ear to ear. The head was literally hanging off.
In the name of love? In the name of love? I don't think so.
No.
But like I said, we are expressing our love in different ways. And we must now sit down with our boy child and talk. Men, hello, come back home. Talk to your sons. Go to school and get to know what your son is all about. By the way, do you know you don't know your child until you go to school? And the teacher tells you your son is 1, 2, 3, a perspective that you've never seen, you've never had. And Jeff, I was telling you when you were off mic that I happened to visit a lot of schools in my county. I have over 3,000 schools in Kiambu County. Yes, over 3,000. And I have a program where I visit schools at least once in a week. And I'm always shocked, always, that 90% of the parents who attend Parents' Day, Family Day for schools, majority of them are women.
Are women. The men are not there.
The men are never there. They are never there.
Good Lord.
And you know, the other time I was here, I said we have a problem with socialization. And please allow me to say it for that person who did not listen to me. This child who is born of single mother, but somehow there was a father in the action, knows no father figure in his life. And all he knows is that I am supposed to be a woman because I have been brought up and socialized by women and with women. This child is born by the mother, brought up by a house girl, goes to kindergarten and gets a kindergarten female teacher. Lower primary gets a female teacher. And upper primary, right now, in most of our schools, and we must say it as it is, most of our schools in upper primary, 70% are female teachers. So where does this boy ever get to know or to familiarize with a man's life?
Never.
In fact, I will repeat, like I said last time, there's a child who had issues. At class 6, the mother called me to talk to the child. And I just happened to ask the child, by the way, who is your father figure? Aliniambia Makanga. Nikamuliza Makanga? Kaniambia anaitwa nani? Kim. Nikamuliza why Kim? Akaniambia si tunaonana na yeye nikienda shule. The only boy, the only man image in that child's life is a Makanga. Because that's the only time he has contact with a man in his life. And he's in class 6. And this is the period where the child is now trying to really affiliate his personality with a father figure.
Yeah. This is the same child who went to Susu and was asking for tissue.
Exactly. There's another bomb I went, I remember telling you, and the child wanted to go to the toilet. Yeah. And I mean to just go and stand. Let me use that word. To stand like a man. Yes. And the boy insisted, I want tissue. And then the mother was asking him, where do you want tissue? Si umesema unaenda kususu. Mtoto anasema nataka tissue. Kama ile auntie anabebanga. Because this child doesn't know that for a man to start, you don't need a tissue.
No.
You should advise him what to do.
They couldn't need to.
You know, that's the kind of socialization we are giving our children. Yeah. And so there are so many gaps within the system of this child as the child is growing up that they are missing. And let me ask you a question. Before a man takes an axe and butchers you, how much other ills has he done to you in silence?
Right.
Before a man decides, like I have a friend of mine who, I think you saw that story about 10 years ago, a lady friend who was whose husband came and locked them in the house and slashed her with a panga and attempted to burn the house in Kiambu still, about 10 years ago. So I had an interaction with that lady and I was asking her, before he got to the level of locking you in the house and actually going to buy a fresh panga to come and finish you, how many more ills had he done to you in silence? And she was telling me, no, Gathoni, all the time I kept on saying, he's gonna change. I could talk to my mother-in-law and then we would pray about it.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. By
You
the way.
hear?
He'll change. We're praying he changes.
He's changing.
Yes.
He's gone
okay.
to church.
He's okay.
He talked to the pastor and he's okay. And then all of a sudden something happened.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying we are tired of saying, please stop killing us as women. We are tired. Now I'm throwing the ball to the men. Men, take up the mantle. Protect your women. Stand up and say, I am protecting my woman. Your mother, your sister, your daughter. We are looking up to you. Yesterday we had a fantastic preaching in the church where I attended in Membley Baptist Church. And the pastor said that a man's life and role in the society is like his right palm. You see the right hand palm? The thumb is supposed to govern. What do you call this finger?
Index.
The index finger is supposed to gather and give direction. All right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to point. Where are we going? Give direction.
Yeah.
So the man is supposed to govern with the thumb. And he said, this thumb, by the way, if you use this thumb, it can touch any other finger in your hand.
Right.
A bit try.
Yes.
It's the only finger, by the way, that can touch every
All the
other
others.
finger on your hand. It means the man should have contact with everybody in the family, from the firstborn to the lastborn.
Wow.
All right?
Yes.
So the man is supposed to do what? To govern. The index finger is supposed to give what?
Direction.
Direction. The middle finger is supposed to gather. Gather means bring together. Go look for food, go look for house rent, go and find clothing and provide. This finger, what do you call this?
Yeah.
The pete finger.
Yes.
One we put pete on this other side.
The ring finger.
The ring finger is supposed to protect. Every time you hold something and it's falling, this finger is always the one that touches before something falls. Yes. And the last finger, what do you call it?
Pinky.
Pinky. This one
Yeah.
is supposed to give love. Because this finger, even if you are to be cut by a knife or something, this finger is never touched.
Because it's lower than the
It
others.
is lower than the others.
Oh.
So men, take up your mantle. Protect us. We need to feel loved under your umbrella. Women, in as much as we are empowered, in as much as we are learned, in as much as we are earning more, we are still under our men. I know feminists don't like me when I say it, and I have to say it. There is no day, irrespective of how many PhD you have, you'll be greater than your husband. Hello? I say this and women don't like me when I'm saying this. we must occupy our spaces.
Yes.
Because the reason why there's a lot of disorder, and I always say this, matriarchal society is disorderly. Patriarchal society has order, is orderly. And if you want order, let patriarchs take over and give us our space. The minute we start taking over their space, there's a lot of conflict.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, uliona vile tulipambana kule bunge? Why do you think men refused to give us the opportunity to have the 2/3 in parliament? By the way, they had no issue with the 2/3. They had an issue with the approach. They had an issue with the way we talk to them. They had an issue with the way we chest thumped that we must be given. Who has gold and want to give it freely to you?
So it's the approach.
It's the approach. Let me tell you, majority of the men didn't have a problem with the 2/3. And by the way, they love their women in leadership. They support their women in leadership, in churches, in chamas. No man will tell you stop being a leader, including my own husband. And he kept on telling me when he watched TV, he would tell me, you know what, this thing 2/3 of you, as in as much as you are Mweshimiwa in my house, will not go through because of your approach. You know, let me tell you, if I want to take your gold, you already have gold, I want it, I must come up with a strategy to convince you to share your gold with me. And you still feel comfortable. But I cannot come and tell you, hello, I'm grabbing your gold.
Demanding.
Yes, you will resist. So there's a way, even for me, there's a way I can negotiate with my husband for him to buy me a new car. But I don't go telling him, you must buy me a new car today.
Right.
It is not going to come. Or it will come and it disappears from that home. You know, it's true.
Moses giving a teach says, Mweshimiwa, I am ready to campaign with you.
Fantastic.
So again, folks, take a picture.
Yes.
Right?
You take a picture.
And the hashtag is walking in her shoes. And let's start respecting
Stop killing our queens, stop killing our mothers, stop killing our daughters, stop killing our sisters, and let it trend.
Shiromwe guys, she says Baghdad, Iraq is tuned. Gotea mheshimiwa sana ni wa kwetu Gadhiroini.
Oh, Gadhiroini. Yes, that's where I was born. Thank you very much. Can I give the WhatsApp number?
Please.
For those who really would want a t-shirt from me,
Yes.
I will make arrangements to make sure that they pick it at their convenient place. 0711 929 770.
Again, if you're just tuning in, the number is 0711 929 770. Call this number.
Yes.
You will receive a t-shirt from Mheshimiwa.
WhatsApp. Just WhatsApp.
It's a WhatsApp number.
Yeah,
It's a WhatsApp.
number.
Oh, good,
Yes.
good.
So I want people to just, even if you're not able to get my t-shirt or you're not get my shoes, I'm sure your loved one has a pair of shoes, a high-heeled shoe. Just wear it on,
Take a picture.
take a picture, and share it up, wherever. WhatsApp.
The front of the t-shirt says, I am he for she.
Yes.
And at the back it says, stop killing our queens.
They are queens. Queens are not killed. Queens are not killed. By the way, do you know, historically, every community had its own way of protecting their queens. They would go to war and rest and what did you use to Wutaha? In English, what do you say? Wutaha. You know, they used to go to the other community. They would grab the cows and grab their queens, the beautiful women,
Yes, and bring
come
them
with
over.
them. And when they come with them, they will never kill them. They will never harass them. They
were never touched.
They were never touched. And they were such precious. That was our culture. I don't know whether other people's culture, but that's what used to happen. So women are never killed anywhere. Women are nurtured. Even historically, when people went to war, read about the Romans wars and all the wars we read in biblically or otherwise.
Yeah.
Women, even when there was war, they were carried by the people who victored, the
Yes.
people who won the wars.
Women and
but they
children.
were never killed.
Absolutely.
Where did we get this notion of killing women in the name of love?
Mheshimiwa, do you have any daughters?
Yes, I do.
How old?
I have a 15-year-old daughter.
Has she told you, have you discussed any of the madness that you read about
Oh,
every day?
yes.
What does she say?
She's scared. Very scared. In fact, the other day I told her, I think you should be walking to church. I don't have to drop you. She told me, Mom, you know, these things of people calling you, people WhatsApping you, people, you know, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking all these girls are all scared. Even university students. You know, the other day we lost us 2 students at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture. 2 beautiful girls.
Doing what?
They were walking. One was walking and she was stabbed.
Huh?
In the name of somebody who was trying to grab her phone. And she was killed. A very young girl from Maryhill, girls who had gone to University of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture as a fresher. Beautiful queen. And she was killed.
For a cell phone.
Yes. Stop killing our queens, man. If you really have a fight, pick it with a man. That is your equal. Women are not your equals. Stop killing them. Stop brutalizing them. Stop violence. It really pains me. Really.
Yeah.
If you really have to pick a fight, look for Jeff.
That's it. Come look for me. Look for Clyde here.
You know.
So if you want a t-shirt, guys, there's a WhatsApp number to call, 0711-929-770. Mheshimiwa is giving out t-shirts. She's serious about this campaign.
Yes.
# walking in her shoes. Stop killing our queens. Mheshimiwa, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your
Jeff.
passion. Thank
Thank
you for always looking out for our girls.
Yes.
Because someone has to, huh?
Yes.
Someone has to.
At the end of the day,
There's
somebody has
some
to
mad
take care.
people out there.
Yeah.
And we have to put a
Yeah.
stop to
But
it.
I want to also talk to the girls.
Go on.
You know, if you really don't love a man, stop using him. If your heart is not for him, please stop. This thing of, oh, I'm eating his money as I push on. You know, that's what babes say. Yeah? I'm using him as I move on. Is what is actually agitating maybe the men. Sometimes they're feeling, oh, I'm so much used. But I'm not trying to give that as a reason why the girls are getting into this. But I think it's also very good for us to tell our girls, if you need a good life, work hard for it. You don't have to drive a car that is given by a man. You can also get yours. You don't have to wear a weave that is bought by a man. You can also buy yours. So stop it. Stop running for luxurious life if you don't want the bitter return.
The consequences.
Especially the young girls from the university, from the colleges, the young girls who are just started to work.
Yeah.
Please work hard for what you want to look, for what you want to be. Jeff, I tell people I am a product of hard work. Serious hard work.
Yeah.
And I do believe in hardworking women. And it pays, by the way. And if you want a man to respect you, have your purse ready with money. Men will respect you. If you want men to use you, show them that you are desperate and you have got nothing. They will use you like a tissue paper.
Yeah. And discard you the same way. And there are no shortcuts.
Oh, yes.
No shortcuts.
Oh, yes. In fact, I tell women, even when you're very broke, don't tell a man you're broke. Never say, I am broke. And that's me, Gathoni. I will never say I'm broke to a man. Never, ever.
Even if you don't have a shilling.
Even if I have nothing, I will never tell a man I have no money. Because I do not want him to rate me as useless as nothing, as having nothing. Let me bargain with something on the table. I need a house in Lavington. I have 5 million. How much do you have to put on the table for us to buy a house in Lavington? That's the language. I have 1 million in the bank. I want to buy a car worth 2 million. How much can you support me to get this car? But this business of HE, all the time, it will always come with a bitter word. You know?
Yes.
Yeah? H na E.
Yeah.
In my vernacular, it's called he. In your language, what is it called? Do you call it in your language?
Nipatie. Nipe.
Nipe. But you know women, the way they put it, he.
Yes.
You'll always be given ke and then another word on top, eh?
Yeah.
Ke, do it, you know? Ke, na do it, you know? So let's stop getting there.
Yes.
Yes, present yourself as worth.
Absolutely.
What are you worth for?
By the way, if you get a chance, put on some high heels. Take a picture.
Yes.
Tweet it. And copy us at KoinangaJeff, at hot_96 Kenya with the hashtag Jeff, and Hamo on hot, also hashtag walking in her shoes. Kenyua says, wahoo, this is something not to let go. Amushomba.
Yes.
I wear number 9.
Ate. Jeff, amekosa number 11.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Yes.
And number 9, I think I have.
No,
I have. This is the number 0711-929-770. WhatsApp me now. I'm going to arrange how you're going to get a t-shirt. And if you can, the shoes. But I'm saying, if you really love her, if you really want to protect her, get her shoe, wear it on, take a selfie, take a photo.
Mheshimiwa Gathoni wa Mushomba. Never a dull moment with you, my dear.
I'm telling you.
Keep coming. And never, ever stop talking.
Walking
In her shoes. This is what we call...
Candid interviews with decision makers. Did you listen to Jeff and Professor Hemo in the morning? Here's what you